Hey everyone, welcome to this week's AMA. It's been another action-packed week, that's for sure, so I'll just kick off with a bit of an overview of what's been going on this week and then lay out the agenda in terms of what we're covering off today. So where to begin? B-share, up 90% in the last 24 hours. I peaked over 100% in 24 hours, and we know that it's got significantly more upside to come. We'll get into some of the reasons for that shortly. PHUB, BOM, likewise, been pumping over the last week. So excited to delve into some of the reasons for that too. There's been a lot going on with our team as well. We've made two awesome hires. So a big welcome to Big Dave, who's joining us as our lead moderator. We're really excited about what he's going to bring to the team. And likewise, Max is our social media manager, who's going to be working closely with Marcus to support us in getting the word out there even more than we already are on all things BOM money. And talking of that, we've had a lot of media coverage over the course of today, and we're going to see that continue to increase. So another topic that we're going to delve into today to give you guys a bit more of an understanding of what's going on there. And then we launched Polypegs this week as well, so expanding onto our next blockchain in Polygon. And the key thing is that obviously sets us up for our mobile app launch in making sure that we have as many single staking options as possible. So Polypegs, great here and now, some insane APRs, but also a crucial part of our strategy in expanding our offering too. So in terms of agenda for today, Aaron is going to step us through the article that I think landed with understandably a big splash and why PHUB has the potential to reach 100K. We'll dive into the specifics of B-Share, BOM, PHUB, why they're all pumping. We'll touch in on some upcoming changes to our share farms on the BNB chain as well, and also talk a bit about the Polypegs launch as well. So all the way through, feel free to ask any questions or anything. But yeah, Aaron, over to you. Let's delve into PHUB 100K.
Yeah, let's pull up the article. Right. And also, I believe this is the first time Markuu has publicly doxed. So
yes, hello everybody. Yeah. I realized the confusion there because JD Pascu said, "Nice to meet you," and I kind of gave a wave as Rob was saying, and we got Big Dave on the team, so that kind of confused. But yeah, nice to meet everybody.
Awesome stuff. All right, so this is the article I wrote about the math behind 100K PHUB token. I strongly suggest you guys all read this. I'll summarize it up and definitely open for discussion here if anyone has any comments or questions on how we came to some of these conclusions. But I mean, the real gist of it is simply that limited supply token buybacks, the buybacks are coming based on share token prices and protocol health. BOM money is already starting to pump quite a bit. Those B shares are going to be feeding buybacks already. That's going to be increasing buybacks on PHUB. And, basically the way I look at it is, it's like the stock market, right? Where, if we all anticipate something is going to happen or very likely to happen, the price of PHUB should reflect that likelihood. So pretty much what I do is I step through, what some of the numbers could look like based on, if things go very poorly, if things go average, or if things go optimistically, like in a bull market. And then, what that would look like in terms of buybacks, PHUB price, and, then kind of for each individual investor, you can kind of say, well, what do I think the odds are of the BOM money team pulling this off? And, if you think we have a decent chance of pulling off the average scenario, well, the average scenario is going to lead to, pretty crazy amounts of buybacks, even just average, not in the optimistic column here. So, if you think we have a 50% chance of doing average on our plans, then, it's a 5-digit PHUB is extremely likely. So, but yeah, I suggest reading the article in full to get the full details on everything. But yeah, it's something where even if you think we're semi-likely to have do a decent job, PHUB is still too cheap right now. So it's just the price still doesn't make sense where it's at. So and I'll be saying that until it's probably 5K at least, unless we've progressed. Then I'll keep saying it till 10K or even higher, right? So
it's amazing seeing the recent growth, even without us really getting everything started. Like we don't even have bomb chain launched yet. This is all just on anticipation of what's coming. So once this is actually in the market, like that's when the real price action is going to come. So, I mean, we've been telling people for weeks, and they've already missed a 2-3x. So we don't want them to miss another 20x.
Yeah, this is far from the top. This is just getting started.
Yeah, completely. I mean, PHUB, great tokenomics, the super limited supply, and the fact that there's just going to be constantly expanding streams of revenue. Yeah, I mean, it's just got such insane potential. And I think the article was great, actually getting into some of the numbers in a bit more detail, because it's one thing us talking about, these price targets, but actually, getting into the real detail as to how that could become a reality. I think is great, and the kind of perspective that you're putting across there in terms of considering what you feel the odds are, I think is a great way of kind of approaching thinking about your entry points as well.
Another great way to look at it though too is that I gave up all of my income streams for PHUB. So I'm the majority PHUB holder, so pretty much everything that I do is going to be in line with appreciating the price of PHUB. So if you want your goals align with my goals, then you should be a PHUB holder, because that's my number one goal is PHUB 100K. So, and making everybody rich. But besides that,
well, totally. And when we say number one goal 100K PHUB, the big thing to remember is the only way that's going to happen is through us doing a great job of executing against our strategy. Everything with the mobile app, which, as we talked about, helps bring in funds to all of our protocols, given that's where the returns are going to be generated. So, when PHUB does well, it's a sign that our whole ecosystem is doing well.
Yeah, and I know, I was going to say, I know we've mentioned the strategy a lot, but we've got a lot of people just coming here on the recent hype. If you haven't had a chance to read our strategy document, I challenge any DeFi project, including like some of the huge ones with billions in TVL. Our strategy document is more comprehensive than anything I've seen out there. And like, if we execute on half of that is kind of what that article is talking about, that's still a 20-30K PHUB. So I encourage everybody to give that a quick read. I mean, it's not a quick read because it's so in depth, but have a look and you'll see exactly how detailed this team gets with our strategy.
Yeah, because there's no better way to ensure that we execute on the strategy than to have it, fully outlined and out there in the public for everyone to see. And this is exactly what we're going to be executing on and doing our very best to bring health and sustainability to the full ecosystem. So if anybody doesn't know, that's at the roadmap page, you could read our detailed strategy. I think maybe we need to make that a little bit easier to find, perhaps. But for right now, yeah, just click roadmap and it's right in there.
Yeah, we should make it front and center, because there, as you say, Marcus, I'm not aware of any other team in DeFi that has a strategy even half that comprehensive. It's fairly typical to see teams with roadmaps with some kind of exciting things, but no real thinking behind it, whereas that's there in abundance in our strategy document. So do take the time to check that out.
I just realized we don't have Diamond here, so one of us has got to be on comment duty.
I'm kind of trying to post him up here, but oh, we missed that one. My apologies. Yeah, you guys have taught me so much about DeFi. Love the strategies and finding my own. I really appreciate that feedback.
Yeah, appreciate it. And if there's anything that you need to know, just ask and we'll be happy to answer.
Yeah, and you'll see if you follow our TikTok or even on YouTube Shorts now, we're doing little bite-sized segments. And last week, Aaron had a few videos on what to look out for in DeFi. And, if a few people had seen that a couple of days earlier, we could have saved some money. That's all I'll say. But
or maybe that article was the reason for those outflows that caused that. never know. But anyways. So highly likely this was in regards to when I was saying, it depends on what likelihood you think that we have of success. That's how you gauge the PHUB price. So appreciate the confidence there.
Mm-hmm.
Mario says, went through my first Genesis farm. Great learning. I love being a part of something from the beginning. You guys are a great team. Well, thank you very much.
Really appreciate it. Yeah. It's definitely a fun experience going through your first Genesis. It's an interesting market conditions right now with seniorage protocols since ever since we launched Spawn Money, the very first Tomb Fork, there's been thousands of clones of us. So a lot of people try to game the Genesis, and it makes it a bit of a bumpy ride, but it's definitely fun and rewarding.
Quick question from Critgill. Will we have better timeline on chain launch along with app after the onboarding call with Anchor on Friday?
Onboarding call got delayed. They couldn't make Friday, so I believe it's Tuesday next week now. But yeah, we'll definitely have better timelines. We'll know a lot more after that call. Or is it it's either Tuesday or Wednesday next week?
Yeah, it's Tuesday, but we might have to shuffle again. Clearly, it's our top priority to get it going. But yeah, just proving challenging lining up with all the key people that we need there.
Everyone's in a different time zone, so not the easiest thing.
Yeah, totally. But the key thing is, as we've talked about, making sure that we've got a really robust plan that we can stand behind for the app launch, the chain launch is key. So it's right, we take the time to have something that we're confident in instead of just floating, a date out of there that's not got the planning behind it.
In regards to polypegs, we're gonna go over that in great detail shortly. So that's one of the things I'll touch on, and if for any reason we forget, feel free to bring it up again.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, anything else on PHUB specifically then? Aaron, Marcus, you guys want to touch on before we move on?
We're going to touch on PHUB in the next topic that we're going to go over. But in terms of the 100K and price projections, I think that's pretty much it, unless anybody has questions.
Nope, just seeing if what the backlog is on Lambo dealerships. So that's my main priority right now with PHUB.
Don't forget the Lambo tractor and the Lambo golf cart too.
Yeah, you walk into a Lambo dealer with a PHUB hat, and they know you mean business.
Totally. I was just stunned there and thinking about a Lambo tractor actually being a real thing, but I believe it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's not only a real thing. They have a website dedicated to it.
Wow. Okay.
Like I just thought, yeah. Are we having a suggestion session later, or can I just drop a couple of ideas? I mean, you can comment anytime throughout the stream. We do have a couple of things we want to go through, so maybe if you have a lot to suggest or talk about, maybe we could wait till the end, or if it's relevant to anything that we're talking about, feel free to drop it throughout.
Yeah, we'll definitely leave time at the end for any questions or comments, so that'd be a great time. But yeah, like Aaron said, if we're talking PHUB, you got question on PHUB, that's perfect.
I'll post a link to the Bomb Money blog, and that's where you could find the article that I have pulled up, or that I had pulled up, as well as the next article that we're going to talk about. So this is I'll just go there to the blog. So anyways, for anyone without the URL, it's just bombmoney.com, and then you can click on blog. And we're about to go into playing the bomb chain launch, but the article that we were just talking about is the math behind a $100,000 PHUB token.
Yeah, real. Okay, we've got another question. PHUB, let's do that.
For PHUB, can you get it back down to 200 so I can buy a lot more and then let it go to 200 to 1,000? Well, I'll be honest. I'll do OTC trades if anybody's looking to get a large number of them. So just reach out to me privately. And I mean, I'm not going to do 200, that's for sure. But I'll if you're looking to get a decent amount of them, we can work out a deal.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Then we've got a question as well. Should we just cover that? I think someone was looking for help finding one of the articles.
I already answered that and posted the link.
Oh, perfect. Okay, awesome. Let's dive in. Excellent. Let's dive into the B share bomb why is everything pumping? And we can kind of bring the awesome article, the next article, to life.
I'll just zoom in a bit to make it a little bit easier to see. So this article that I wrote about how to play the bomb chain, it's pretty concise. Pretty much broke it down to two major catalysts that are going to cause a big impact to different tokens in the ecosystem. The first being the bomb chain launch, and then the second being the bomb mobile app launch. So with the bomb chain launch, we're already seeing a lot of the effects of the upcoming bomb chain launch. So just to go over them real quick, well, for one, actually, we're about to talk about this a bit later on in the AMA, but bomb is going to be needed to be paired with all of our share token farms on BNB chain. So that's B share, CZ share, and bit share. So a lot of bomb is going to be tied up there. And keep in mind, bomb only has 1.4 million units total supply now, because a lot of them are bonded up. So each bomb chain validator is going to need to lock up 25,000 bomb. Again, no more bomb is printed until we're over peg. And, we're going to have, I don't know, I don't want to throw out numbers that we're going to have somewhere between 4 and 8 validators, I'd say, or probably 6 to 8 validators. So XBomb APR. So XBomb had a crazy APR back when we had 1.5 million bomb deposited in that contract. Right now, I believe there's something like 100K. Let's take a look. I'm on the wrong network. Hold on one second, guys. $120,000 bomb only. So this APR was based on a really small print. Last time we printed, we were hardly over peg and we were in debt, and there was 1.5 million bomb deposited. That's why it shows this. As soon as we are out of, even before we get out of debt, with full prints and this few bomb staked, this is going to pay outrageously high. Like, it might even be a 5-digit APR. Have to run the math on it, but it's going to be nutty. So let's get back to the article. Yeah, it's going to be, of course, it's going to be the native token on bomb chain. So any interaction on bomb chain is going to require bomb to be used as gas to pay for fees. On bomb chain, any pairing that's done, typically the pair asset's going to be bomb. So pretty much bomb is just going to be required for every aspect of bomb chain, especially as the DeFi guys start playing on the bomb chain. It's just going to put the demand through the roof, and the boardroom can only print it so quick. So anyways, so yeah, that's for the demand on bomb. So what that's going to cause is, the reason that I went on about this is because this is the catalyst that puts demand on bomb. That with the demand on bomb, it makes B share very valuable, because obviously we all know that when bomb is over its peg price, B share is going to get the majority of all new bomb that's minted. 80% going to B share and 20% going to XBomb, minus a few things that we take off for the protocol. But yeah, so I did some rough math in Telegram the other day. And, I said, if, we don't all expect BTC to stay at 20,000 forever. So I based it on an average 80,000 BTC price, but each B share was going to print something like $55,000 worth of bomb before we hit the cap. And that was based on, again, being at 1.0 peg and being at an $8 bomb price, which would be 80,000 Bitcoin price. So even if you dial back those numbers super conservative, it's still, every B share is going to print a ton of bomb. So, and it's not going to be like the past where selling bomb is going to be a problem. There's going to be enough demand on bomb that it's going to be able to be freely sold. So that makes a big difference as well to the value of B share. And
yeah, it's actually been nice as we're watching B share pump up, that you're not seeing it like people selling bomb to get to B share or B share to bomb. Like they're both growing at the same pace. So you can see that there is massive demand for everything.
Look at that bomb chart too. Don't see much of that in the bear market.
That is pretty.
Anyway, so let's get to my conclusion here. So we're gonna have a ton. We already have a lot of demand on bomb. It's only going to continue. It's going to push B share up. As soon as bomb is over peg, 5% of all minted bomb is going to go towards PHUB buybacks. B share is going to be flying. all the whole dev allocation from B share is going to be used for PHUB buybacks. So in the short term, I would say BOM, B share, and PHUB are the 3 tokens that you want to get before they've already rocketed a little bit, but they're going to keep rocketing. So
you kind of just addressed this, but does BOM contribute to PHUB buyback?
100% it does. Keep in mind that emissions do end on B share late November. So at that point, B shares will no longer contribute to buybacks, but 5% of all minted BOM, provided that BOM is safe to sell, which it will be, that will be a lot of BOM that goes towards buying back PHUB, a lot, right? So
yeah.
Quick question.
Sorry, go for it.
Lazy Boy Trendsetters, would I have to convert B share to new chain from BSC?
Nope. So all of our seniorage protocols are going to stay where they're at. Who knows what's going to happen in the future with new, seniorage protocol launches? We'll likely launch something on BOM chain at some point in the future, but it's not a priority, nor is it on the roadmap right now. So, the seniorage protocols and all of the current chains is where we're going to be putting, investor funds to work. It's where the inflows are going to be flowing to, and we want those seniorage protocols to be on chains that already have a lot of activity, have a lot of funds on them, so that, the DeFi guys can have fun with, these super healthy protocols, once these inflows start flowing in from the BOM app. And that's actually the next thing that I'm about to go into. So again, to summarize real quick, BOM chain launch, we're already seeing the BOM buy pressure. It's only going to continue. BOM, B share, PHUB. I think it's probably a good play to get into those before they go higher, because it's pretty inevitable. BOM mobile app launch. So with the BOM mobile app, we're going to make it extremely easy for anyone, whether they're new to crypto, an experienced crypto user, or anything in between, to be able to single stake their crypto. And it's going to be a revolutionary platform where it's 100% transparent. It's going to the entire thing's going to be happening on BOM chain. So, everything's going to be verifiable. People will be able to see their transactions, where their funds are, all that stuff. So BOM mobile app launch is going to be huge, and that is going to bring health to all of our seniorage protocols. So my suggestion here, and again, I suggest reading the article just to kind of get all the details, but basically the share tokens and the peg tokens that are at a big discount on some of our seniorage protocols, those are going to be picking up when the BOM app launches, because those inflows from single staking are going to flow straight to those seniorage peg farms, the blue chip token farms. Once those inflows start flowing, those share tokens that have taken a bit of a beating, they're going to start pumping up. So everything's on a huge discount right now. So in terms of the seniorage protocols, so it's accumulating some of these prior to the BOM mobile app launch would provide a great opportunity for significant gains, as I said in the article.
When launch of mobile app?
This is something that we had planned for next year, but progress has been extremely quick. Right now, our only blocker really is we need to sync up with Anchor for the chain. But we've had a working version of the app with our demo chain for weeks now. So it will be an app that's constantly improving in terms of the offerings, and we'll improve it every way that we can, and put a lot of resources into dev on that. But it's initial version of it that's going to still be great, easy to use. I'm thinking unless we run into delays, it's going to be this year, I think.
Similar timeline. When Lambo?
Well, we're picking one up in a couple weeks.
I was actually going to answer this. I know everybody has heard of the Toronto event. We're going to be at the Web3 and Blockchain World. Aaron's going to be a speaker talking actually about this mobile app. The topic's going to be what are the mobile apps that are going to be revolutionary in DeFi. And so what an opportunity for Aaron to talk about BOM mobile app. But our booth, the BOM Money booth, is going to have a Lambo there. So we're going to steal the show. People are going to want pictures with it, and going to really get the BOM Money name out there with our Lamb Bombini.
Yep. Let's get this next question.
This might be something you've gone over, and sorry for the new question, but what is the relation between Bomb mobile app and PHUB mobile app? Why both apps? Why not just one app?
If you're talking actually specific, like mobile phone app, I was just playing around. I made one called PegChain app. That's just when I was playing around with the app at first. So if that's what you're referring to, that's not going to be used in production. If you're talking about the PHUB, like decentralized app, that's different from the Bomb mobile app in that we're targeting different users with those two different offerings, right? The mobile app is for extreme ease of use. It's for anyone that wants single staking simplicity with fixed APRs. It's going to be a lot easier to understand and use, but the PHUB app is going to get full exposure to both the risk and the upside of being directly in those farms yourself. So, based on what we're anticipating happening, for anyone comfortable in DeFi, the PHUB app is a pretty solid choice to optimize your earnings there. Hope that answered your question. And if not, feel free to follow up with anything further.
Yeah. No, I think it was a good answer. I was just going to add one additional point. That is, the app will, at least initially, the mobile app that is, have single staking with fixed APRs and fixed terms, whereas the PHUB app will have a variable APR as it does now.
Yeah, and there's no lock as well.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. That's a good point to bring up.
Yeah, spot on. Awesome. But yeah, I mean, I think there's just huge upside across the ecosystem as a whole. And, I think your article that you were just showing there explains why, there's so much opportunity very concisely. So well worth a read. All right. So while we're on the topic then of B-Share, should we talk a bit about the updated share farms on BNB chain? Just a bit of a reminder of what's going on and what the next steps are.
Yep. So I assume one of the reasons for the recent bomb pump, I mean, one of the many reasons is that you're going to earn with our share tokens, you're going to need to pair them with bomb. So all of the pairs have already been created. The farm, I have to double check. I think they might still need to be added to the actual website just because they weren't paying any rewards yet. So I think at app.bomb.money, it's already there. But as soon as we get off the AMA, I'll make sure it's live on all three seniorage sites. So essentially, CZ shares BNB is the rewards are going to turn off, and you're going to have to start earning with pairing CZ shares with bomb. Same thing for BitShare. BitShare is paired with BTCB currently. You're going to need to unpair that and pair your BitShare with bomb, and we'll have auto vaults. The farms will be live on the sites at 1700 UTC or like 5 p.m. UTC. Which is in an hour and a half. And I'll try to have the auto vaults ready at the same time. It might be an hour later, perhaps, but yeah. And same thing with B-Share. So B-Share, we already had a B-Share bomb farm in the past, but that wasn't meant to replace the B-Share BNB farm back then, and that's why it was problematic. But so that's why we got rid of it. But now we're going back to using the B-Share bomb farm, but this is our primary B-Share farm now. This is not a supplementary farm to the main one. So this will be taking all of the rewards from the B-Share BNB farm that had previously. So,
yeah, and obviously we did this because we know many of the community are accumulating bomb. They want to have different options for where they can put that to work, and likewise, people are keenly accumulating share tokens as well. So being able to pair bomb with share tokens just provides another awesome way to earn rewards on those two.
Well, and also for impermanent loss, right? Like we're expecting our share tokens to all really rocket. And, if your share token rockets and its pair asset doesn't rocket, then you don't really get all the rocket gains. So, so let me pull up the bomb chart here. So this is the token you want to have your shares paired with, because that way everything can rocket together.
As they have done in the last few weeks. GD Pascu asks, I'm in the share token auto vaults. Should I pull LP out of those now?
So firstly, like you don't have to, like if anybody's not around the computer or can't do anything right away, like don't worry about it. Like you will be able to remove funds afterwards. Like the vaults aren't going anywhere. You won't be able to deposit into them, but you'll always be able to remove. Same with the farms. If you're in the farms on the actual sites, they're not going to go away. You'll be able to remove. They'll just stop paying rewards. So you shouldn't necessarily pull LP out right now because rewards are still going for an hour and a half. But yeah, to time it perfectly, in an hour and a half, you should remove your LP out of the auto vault. You should unpair that LP and you should repair it up with bomb. And if the auto vaults are live at that time, you can just deposit it right in there. Or if not, you can just go into the farm for an hour until the auto vaults are up. You bet.
Answered it.
Awesome. But yeah, we'll pop a note up on Discord, etc., just confirming once that's all live. All right, shall we talk then about marketing? So lots going on in that space. It's been a busy day on that front. So Marcus, over to you.
Yeah, well, let's get Aaron to pull up. We are all over the media. Yeah, you'll see we've now officially announced our integration with Anchor, and this has been shared out to a reach of almost 30 million already, and we've just been live for 3 hours. So you'll see it. You're going to see Ball Money just absolutely everywhere, which is what we've been saying for the past couple of weeks. This is what we're preparing for, and in addition to this, so I mean this announcement's huge, and you can see like we've got 10 major publications already, totaling 28 million impressions, and 17 news publications have shared it on their socials already. So like this is, and like I said, it's 3.5 hours. So in a couple of days, those numbers can easily double. And it's the perfect timing because as people are learning about Ball Money for the first time, coming across these on all these different news channels, they're going to be like, what the hell is Ball Money? Let's look at the chart, and everything's rocketing, right? So what great timing for us just on that front. And additionally, we kind of teased it, but now we can officially say Aaron has done his first interview, and we're going to be live on City News 680 on this weekend. So October 29th and 30th. Pardon me?
Canada wide, right?
Yeah. So it's the largest news radio channel in Toronto. And what often happens is sister stations from across the country also pick that up. But it's at least audience of 1.3 million going to hear that all weekend. It's going to be Aaron talking about Ball Money, about crypto, and about our upcoming event in Toronto.
And I had a good segment on how to get it started into crypto, and I made sure to mention Ball Money and critical points. So that Ball Money name is going to be heard all across Canada all weekend. So yeah,
I'm hoping the interview just went Ball Money, Ball Money, Ball Money, Ball Money. Just kept.
I made sure it did.
Yeah. So like I said, we're just absolutely everywhere. And then again, in a couple of weeks, we're going to be. We are the innovation sponsor of the event at Web3. It's w3bworld.org.
WB3 World.
W3B World. There it is. Scroll down a little, you'll see Ball Money as the innovation sponsor. And yeah, Aaron's going to have speaking opportunities. There's like some huge speakers there, I guess, with money.
First statement was not wrong.
Exactly. And yeah, we're going to be networking there and showcasing Ball Money, showcasing the upcoming blockchain and the mobile app, and also looking for private investment there, which is what a lot of people attending these are also looking for. So it's just an enormous opportunity for us. And, if you're not in Ball Money ecosystem in the next 2 weeks, you are missing out. That's all I'm saying.
It'll still be a good entry after, but you'll just be paying exponentially more.
Always a good entry, but yeah. Why not enter now when it's cheap?
Yeah, I can't stress enough, how critical some of these people that we're going to meet, what that could do for the ecosystem. I think a mistake that we've made in the past is not having gone to any events, right? Like I think that probably we should have already had a few events under our belt, and but we're learning from our past mistakes, and we're going to start going to numerous events every year, networking with all the big players in the industry, and everyone that's heard anything about our bomb chain and bomb app, idea, not only idea, I mean it's already operational kind of. They've loved it, right? So it's going to be no different at the event. We're going to be talking to everybody about this, telling them what our game plan is and what's going on. And yeah, it just takes a couple of the right people to like what we have to say to just make everything completely change for the better for Bomb. Not counting on that necessarily, but that's something that could very likely happen. So.
Well, it's all coming together at the same time, and it goes back to your PHUB article of likelihood of success and the amount of things we have in the market and the amount of things we have going on. Like I said, if half of them come through, we're still looking at a 10, 20K PHUB. And if all of them come through, 100K is easy to hit. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think your article referenced this, but, with you guys that are here now following along, you're really getting, the inside scoop ahead of the masses. But and clearly we'll continue to engage really actively with our community. But everything we have going on means that there's going to be a lot of eyes on us, and from here on, really. So yeah, use your alpha wisely.
We can definitely see from the past that there's a lot of interest in single staking. Bomb app is going to be the best solution for single staking. It's going to have all of the things that people are looking for, which is, a lot of people want to see a steady APR. They want to know exactly what they're going to get, at the end of their term. And, we've seen obviously Celsius had billions of dollars and, that was single stake there. This is something that is in high demand, and it makes our ecosystem so much more than a collection of seniorage protocols. The seniorage protocols are now the DeFi playground, and where we're going to put money to work from the single stakers. But the inflows from single stakers will bring such health to those seniorage protocols that anyone that knows about this, they're not going to want to play in any other seniorage protocol because they're not going to have the health that we're going to have, right? That's,
Well, and just on that, like when you look at other seniorage protocols or just DeFi protocols in general, right? Their marketing is generally like, let's go to AMAs and try and find some degens to, get some money into this. Like that's the entire plan there. Whereas we're really focusing on legitimizing Bomb money and getting into TradFi. And that's what getting into these events, getting onto these traditional media sources. That's what's happening with Bomb money. And that's what differentiates us.
Totally. We do love the degen. So as Aaron said, we'll still continue to cater and indulge our own degen ways as well. But yeah, no, you're absolutely spot on. The app is just going to open crypto up for the masses, right? I mean, it just will have such benefit, not just for us, but I think, the crypto community in general, because we know there are so many barriers to getting started in DeFi. Whereas here, you're going to be able to get started with a true Web3 wallet in a couple of minutes and begin earning high yields. So, very exciting stuff.
And it's actually, I wanted to just point out that, this is why I've been doxxed right from day one, why I've been so transparent from day one, like with everything that's been happening in the space lately, and guys promising to dox soon and all these other things that they're saying. And then, I don't want to name names, but there's been a lot of really high profile rugs and scams lately. And, we've been transparent from day one, and, we've tried to make ourselves as trustworthy as possible from day one. And here we are almost a year later, still delivering value to our investors. So, it's something to really take into consider before putting money into a project with unknown devs.
Maybe that's why Mogadi says he loves this project. Awesome team as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
We've put together an all-star team, that's for sure.
Awesome. Okay, so I don't think we've got any more questions, but Marcus, anything else on marketing before we move on?
I think I'm good, unless anybody's got any questions on marketing, and that's all we got for now.
Yeah, I mean that was quite a bit that we had for marketing, but
yeah, for sure. No, lots going on.
The fact that Bomb money is absolutely everywhere is a good update.
It sure is, yeah, and I think we'll see even more traction, as you say, over the coming days. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about polypegs. So Polypegs Genesis farms went live on Monday. We've now got the farms up and running. Big milestone for us, as I was saying at the beginning, in expanding on to our next blockchain in Polygon. Some incredible APRs, and we've been receiving lots of positive feedback, on the gains that people have made through Genesis, but equally some people asking questions about Peg, and is it anything to be concerned about? So Aaron, let's perhaps just kick off with some thoughts, reflections on the launch and what it means kind of here now, but also for the longer term strategy as well.
Sure. So, I mean, primarily Polypegs is, obviously it's our seniority protocol on the Polygon chain. Our single peg token is pegged to Matic right now. We will add more in the future, but so we did change a few things for launch. We had a lot less tokens in the Genesis farms, and we only had the one peg token. We didn't get as much participation on Genesis as I would have liked to see. It seemed like there was still one or two bigger players that held the majority of the Genesis, and they've been dumping a little bit. And it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's we don't have very many tokens in circulation, so it's very, very small money to bring it back up. And yeah, it's not really sure what else to add to that, but it's I'm confident it's going to do quite well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 20K based on current liquidity and peg just prior to this. So, very small amounts, and clearly,
it's like, I mean, I don't know, some guys they're dumping peg tokens, but they could be farming them and earning 10% a day. So, best thing to do is punish the sellers, buy it up, earn those farm rewards for yourself, right?
I am very happily earning my P share in that farm.
Yeah,
and the fewer people in there, the more APR for me. So, but I know it won't last long.
I'm super heavy in this one. I'm probably getting the lion's share of this myself.
Nice. I'm sure we had a question earlier on about.
Oh yeah, we did.
Polymatic. Should we go back to that?
I'm looking for it. Okay, yeah. So this is a good question. So there was a minor issue noticed in the Treasury contract. So the Treasury, a couple of the contracts are going to have to get switched prior to the bootstrap phase ending. We will give a lot of notice in advance, but there was no urgent rush to switch it just because everything's perfectly fine. It's just that the boardroom's not going to roll over once bootstrap finishes unless we switch the contracts. So what we're going to do is sometime in the next day or two, and we'll give everybody some notice. When you go to the boardroom, if you're already staked in the current boardroom, it's going to tell you that, basically you need to unstake, like claim your rewards and unstake. We've had to do this in the past. So for anyone I think with CZ Pegs, we had to do it. So anyone that was participating there is going to know what the experience is going to be like. But essentially, if you have any rewards or you have anything staked, it's not going to let you interact with the new one until you withdraw from the old one. And then you're just going to be able to redeposit into the new one. The deposit and withdrawal fees are still active on this because we haven't switched anything yet. But we will be taking off the withdrawal fee from this one, and we'll be removing the deposit fee from the new one, at least for the first, week or so. Well, we'll keep the withdrawal fee off the old one permanently, but we'll keep the deposit fee off the new one at first as well. So it's going to be very seamless. We'll make it as easy as possible, and we'll basically make it so that you can't interact with the new one unless you withdraw from the old one. So it'll be dirt simple for all you guys out there that are experienced with this stuff, or even those that aren't. It's going to be quite simple.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good answer. And just going back to Polypegs in general, I mean, the auto vaults for Snowpegs went live a week or so after launch, whereas the vaults are now live for Polypegs. So that means that there's that really simple way to earn high yields on Matic, and that's what we'll be, pushing on our social media to make sure that, those who aren't currently aware of what we've got going on, understand the benefits and how to get started. And with our new social media manager in place, working closely with Marcus, we're keen to make sure that we put some real focus on that. So in the short term, we drive as much health to the protocol as we can. And then, as we were talking about earlier, longer term, but still not very far down the line, through the mobile app launch, the single staking, we're going to just see significant inflows to all of the farms, given that's where the returns will be generated for single staking users.
Well, everyone got to just witness me making a pretty big mistake. I went to bed with almost $1,000 worth of the P-share farm just sitting in my wallet and earning 72% a day, and $1,000 worth is just in my wallet for the last 13 hours or whatever.
Bad man.
Oops. Well,
okay.
More rewards for whoever was in there.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Marcus, anything you want to add though in terms of marketing, or specifically on Polypegs, the Autovaults?
No, yeah, like you said though, we've got a new social media manager just came on board, and he's doing a great job already. And you're gonna see a lot more content on socials because it's a little hard as with a small team, and as we have so much more to share as a story and as a brand, our team has to expand, which we have with 2 new people. So it's just going to be you're going to see us on more channels and more content, and that's aside from all the media that we're already getting. That's just on social. So like I said, ball money is just going absolutely everywhere.
Yeah, because I felt like that was been something really critical for a long time now. I think we've been doing a great job on social media, but I also think that there's a lot of opportunity to get our name out there, whether that be responding to different things or just monitoring for any time that we're mentioned or hashtagged or anything like that. Now that we have someone dedicated to that, it's gonna bring a lot of new attention to our project and ecosystem.
Yes, sir. So thank you, Max.
Yes, no, a great addition.
Looking forward to see the impact of that.
Totally. Alrighty, so that brings us to the end of the kind of points that we wanted to cover. We've had lots of awesome questions throughout, but again, if anyone's got any questions or just comments at all, feel free just to pop them in.
People are wondering what I keep looking around for and reaching around. I've got 3 dogs here that don't like to leave me alone for an hour straight. So everyone's begging for attention and trying to get up and down couches and things. So
yeah, Marcus is definitely dog dad of the year.
I got my cats yelling at me from my bedroom to open the door.
Probably a couple of signs then, if we've not got questions, we should get wrapped up. But yeah, just to say a big thanks to everyone that's come along, and those that are listening back to the recording. As always, we really appreciate your support and just trusting us, investing in protocols. Lots going on. There'll continue just be more and more exciting news coming out from us. Do check out the couple of blogs that we've talked through today. So ballmoney.com/blog. You'll be able to find those. And yeah, come say hey in Discord, Telegram. We're all pretty active there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Aaron, you can add something there.
Yeah, just while we give it another couple of seconds, see if anybody wants to say anything or ask a question. I think it's important to say that again, we would never even consider ever freezing anybody's deposits on anything related to anything that we do. That thought would never even cross our minds. So again, just in light of everything that's been going on out there, that's something that you don't have to worry about being invested in ball money. It's, everything's decentralized. We've been transparent from day one, and, everything that we've said, we've followed through with, maybe with some delays here and there, but you can count on what we say is what's going to happen. So just really wanted to stress that.
Yeah, completely. No, I think we're, just lucky to have a team of awesome people, and, just, I guess, culturally, what is right for our investors, which clearly isn't what can be said of some of the teams that are in the space.
Yep.
Awesome.
Right. Good
We'll
stuff.
wrap up there then. Yeah. Thank you guys again. Have a great day.
Thanks for joining, everyone. Pleasure meeting you.
Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share with all your friends.
That's right.
Take care, guys.
Oh, wait. Sorry.
Oh,
okay.
We just had one sneak in right in the last second here.
Oh, yeah. Bob had some questions.
Yeah. You go. We'll give you a minute. We'll wrap up. Got it.
Here, Bob, he told us ages ago, and now he's going to be like having to like type at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
He got it in with a second left, so we'll give you 1 sec here.
Yeah.
You bet.
Yeah. You're always a great supporter, Mo, so thanks. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for all the great feedback, great comments today, everybody. Really appreciate that. I don't know, Bob, if it takes more than like 30 seconds or so, maybe just drop your comments in Telegram or Discord, and we'll definitely listen to them there, but we don't want to keep everybody waiting.
Yeah, totally. No,
unless it's something that's going to benefit everybody to hear. I mean, if it's something that's, if it's not related to the whole ecosystem or not something that other people need to know about, then you could definitely reach out to us privately.
Yep. And there's always next week.
And Twitter Space.
Oh, here we go.
Highlight the bomb peg better. I had to look for it in the boardroom page, even if it was in front of me. I mean, we're trying to take the focus off of peg, to be honest. Like that's, but let me see. I mean, peg is right here, sir. 0.1435.
Yeah. And I think, and just to be clear, when Aaron says we're trying not to highlight it, I mean, clearly we want to be transparent and the information to be there, and it is. But equally, we want people to just focus on, the overall offering, the great APR, and, the exposure to the underlying asset as opposed to focusing too heavily on peg. Okay. Well, look, Bob, thanks for the suggestion, though. If you've got more, definitely feel free just to pop them in Discord or Telegram, and we can give you a shout back. But yeah, I think we'll wrap up there. Big thanks again to everyone, and we'll see you all soon.
Thanks, guys.
Have a great day, everyone.